Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about and strategically significant moments in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. The dramatic destruction of a key section of Russia's prized $4 billion Crimean Bridge by a Ukrainian sea drone. This isn't just another headline or viral video. It's a moment that blends cutting-edge technology, symbolic warfare, and strategic disruption into a single explosive event. So let's break it down, understand what really happened, how it was executed, and why it matters far beyond the battlefield. The footage has been making waves across social media and news outlets. A Ukrainian sea drone speeds across dark waters, aimed directly at one of Russia's most heavily guarded and symbolically important structures, the Kerch Strait Bridge, also known as the Crimean Bridge. Seconds later, a massive explosion erupts beneath the bridge, sending fire and debris into the air. The drone, guided by AI and GPS, reportedly slammed into one of the bridge's structural supports, causing severe damage and shutting down parts of the bridge for hours. But this isn't the first time the bridge has been targeted. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion in 2022, Ukraine has seen the bridge as both a strategic and symbolic target. Strategically, it connects mainland Russia to the Crimean Peninsula, serving as a critical supply line for military equipment, fuel, and troops. Symbolically, it represents Russia's claim over Crimea, which was annexed in 2014. Every hit on this bridge is more than a physical blow. It's a direct challenge to Russian control and a morale booster for Ukrainian forces and citizens. What sets this latest attack apart, however, is the use of a sea drone, a relatively new and highly effective tool in Ukraine's growing arsenal of unmanned systems. These drones, often referred to as USVs, unmanned surface vehicles, are remote-controlled or AI-guided boats loaded with explosives. They're stealthy, fast, and hard to detect, especially during nighttime operations. According to reports, the drone used in this strike may have been one of Ukraine's Sea Baby models, designed specifically to evade radar and carry large payloads capable of damaging or destroying maritime and infrastructure targets. The cost-effectiveness of this operation is one of the most striking aspects. You have a multi-billion-dollar bridge, a massive engineering project, being seriously damaged by a low-cost, unmanned, remote-controlled boat. This speaks volumes about the shifting nature of modern warfare. It's no longer just about tanks, jets, and heavy artillery. Warfare today is increasingly asymmetric, where cheaper, smarter, and smaller technologies are punching far above their weight. Let's talk briefly about how this drone likely operated. Most Ukrainian sea drones are launched from coastal areas or vessels, equipped with navigation systems, real-time cameras, and large explosive warheads. The operator, often from miles away, guides the drone through GPS or satellite feed, steering it toward its target. In this case, it appears the drone approached at high speed under cover of darkness, avoiding detection by Russia's coastal defense systems. Once close enough, it likely used a pre-programmed attack route and impacted the bridge with precision. This strike was not only effective militarily, but it also had immediate logistical consequences for Russia. The bridge was temporarily shut down, cutting or at least delaying the flow of troops, fuel, and weapons into Crimea and southern Ukraine. Repairs to the bridge won't be simple, especially considering the structural impact and the constant threat of follow-up attacks. Russia will have to divert resources and manpower to fix the damage, strengthen defenses, and try to prevent future attacks, all while under the pressure of an ongoing war. The psychological and political impact of this attack is just as important. For Ukraine, it shows innovation and resilience. Despite being outgunned in many conventional ways, Ukrainian forces continue to find creative and high-impact methods to strike back. For Russia, it's an embarrassing and costly setback. It exposes vulnerabilities in their infrastructure defense and erodes the illusion of full control over Crimea. Internationally, this event reinforces the perception of Ukraine as a technologically capable and adaptive force, supported by intelligence and equipment from global partners. Of course, Russia responded with its typical mix of denial and deflection. State media initially downplayed the extent of the damage and claimed the bridge remained fully operational. But satellite imagery, independent analysts, and even Russian civilians trying to cross the bridge, all reported disruptions. Videos showed the scale of the explosion and the resulting damage to support pillars, confirming that the strike had more than just a symbolic effect. The bigger picture here is the evolution of warfare itself. This event highlights how sea drones, much like their aerial counterparts, are changing the rules of engagement. They allow for long-range strikes without risking pilots or crew. They are harder to detect, easier to produce, and incredibly versatile. Ukraine has already used sea drones to attack Russian ships in the Black Sea, ports, and oil facilities. The strike on the Crimean Bridge just escalates that playbook and shows the potential of these systems in future conflicts. Looking forward, we can expect Russia to try and ramp up its defenses. More naval patrols, electronic jamming systems, underwater sensors, and layered coastal radar. But each new defense measure forces them to spend more time, money, and effort, all while Ukraine continues to innovate. The cost-to-impact ratio clearly favors Ukraine in this kind of asymmetric warfare, and that's a huge challenge for Russian military planners. For civilians and military analysts alike, this moment is a case study in how warfare is being transformed. It's not just a headline or a viral clip. It's a symbol of how strategy, technology, and creativity are redefining power on the battlefield. A $4 billion bridge, meant to symbolize permanence, has once again shown itself to be vulnerable. And a small sea drone has made a very loud statement. Thanks for watching and staying informed. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like the video. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And subscribe to the channel for more in-depth looks at modern warfare, strategy, and global security. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep asking what lies beneath the surface.